Hey, this will be a video chart on EKWX. This little thing's been a little monster today and actually got a jump start on Thursday. So congratulations to the people that noticed this volume surge. Well, actually, okay, never mind. I was going to say maybe this was a clue, but 29 million at this price range, that's nothing. But for the people that noticed this jump right here, congratulations. Today it just kept on going. My guess would be this is a low float stock with the way it's moved up 400% today. So I'm sure there's plenty of people smiling. And I've had a ton of requests pour in. I'm not going to spend really any time on the daily chart because, as you can see, looking at the daily chart time frame, the only thing you can really tell is the stock's been good. I mean, it's gone straight up. As far as supports and resistances, it doesn't tell you anything there. So I'm going to spend the majority of the time on the weekly chart just because that'll show us where supports and resistances are. So that's the only reason why I'm not using the daily is it's basically useless. The only thing it's useful for is telling us that it's a monster. So let's get to the weekly chart, and that way we can kind of break down the chart a little better. So here in the weekly chart, and real quick, what the weekly chart means for people that aren't familiar with charts is each one of these bars or candlesticks, as they're called, on this time frame represents 1 week worth of time, as opposed to the daily chart, where one of these bars would represent 1 day. Since we're on the weekly, each one of these bars or candlesticks, as they're called, represents 1 week worth of price action. So with that in mind, let's start to break this down. The big move that we had today was through this key area of resistance. And what I mean by that is if we go back through the history of the chart, you can see that at this point, this was a very key area of support. However, when it was broken here, Technical Analysis 101 states supports become resistances. And then you can see once, twice, 3 times the price tried to get back above there but could not. So it showed us how strong of a resistance it was. However, today, years later, and this level is right at about 0009. The price got through there, the bulls pushed through, and then it was almost just like that was kind of like NASA point right there. We just had blast off, and the stock just really moved. So it was very good to see that the price was able to get up above this 0009 point right here. And from a support standpoint, this is going to be the must-hold level. If this is a true move, then there should be absolutely no problem of this level holding if, and that's I think a pretty big if, the price were to come back down here. Now if over the next week or so the price drifts down here and then it just crashes through there on high volume, then you know what, this was just a false move, a quick little trade, and there wasn't anything truly behind it. But this is going to be the key area of support that we want to see hold. The other area of resistance that was broken, well, I should say there was quite a few of them broken, and this is more of a pretty subjective area right here that I'm taking this form from, or this point from. But I'm looking and I saw some supports here, acted as resistance, and then basically resistance again. But this is definitely a subjective point, so this is not for sure, etched in stone or anything like that. But this was another area of support that was broken today, or excuse me, resistance that was broken today that was turned to support, and this one's right at about 0.0021. So for the time being, we have 0.0021 and then 0009 as our supports. And I know, yes, those are, have pretty big spaces between them, but you have to remember, when you have monster moves like we had today, that's going to create pretty big gaps in support levels. That's kind of the catch-22 on those, is you have fast movers, you're going to have big gaps in the support levels. Now for the fun stuff, the resistance levels, where are the potential battlegrounds? The key one that I see right now is going to be right here at 003. So let me change that to red and then I'll explain where that's coming from. If we look back here at the chart, you can see once again it acted as support and then resistance. Here acted as kind of support and resistance a little bit, and then the price pretty much separated from there. But in a nutshell, the reason I'm choosing that is just look at the price congestion. Bunch of price congestion, bunch of price congestion. So that shows that there was quite a bit of history around this area back a while ago. So 0003 is going to be the first support, or excuse me, resistance. And then after that, we're going to have another one right up here around the 0.0037 area. So that'll be the next area of resistance. I'm not going to go any further above that just because I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We may need to do some consolidating, or if this thing's going to continue to be a beast, who knows? Maybe we'll just crash through these ones again, and I'll be back to update it. But for the time being, just want to get things mapped out here, but at the same time, not get too far ahead of ourselves. So that's where the chart currently stands. If there are any other questions on it, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook. And with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from penny stocks up to big board. So there's a good variety, something for everybody, and it's all free, so it's worth at least signing up and giving it a try. We've been making some good money together, so I'd encourage you to check it out. One more time, this was EKWX. Thanks for listening.